When Hurricane Rita struck the Gulf Coast in 2005, there were more than 300 bodies missing from cemeteries across Cameron Parish. Hurricane Delta managed to drop a lot of water across all of southwest Louisiana. Those initial moments following Hurricane Laura will resonate with Houston River Fire Chief Dean Lappy forever.
It happened and we had water up till the door.
It's going to take a lot to rebuild the whole area.
And that's how the water just happened to come into my house. And I had just defeated water from Hurricane Laura too as well, so it was like, wow.
This is my backyard. If you guys want to go swimming or go fishing, come on, have at it.
When we came back, the house was gone. Them bricks, that was the only thing that was up on the slab.
Can't find anybody to talk to. Can't find a gas station.
Yeah, I took the very last of my money I had, and that costs like 160 some bucks at Dick's Sporting Goods when they first opened up.
It's a site that's becoming quite the norm since Hurricane Laura devastated the region, leaving many families with nothing but the clothes on their back and the bare essentials to make a home.
I was in tears when I seen what was left of our trailer, but everything I own's in the tent.
For Sherry Bork and her father, James Baker, this is what life looks like nearly 1 month after Hurricane Laura.
But with this, I mean, it's like a total loss of everything, and you're reduced to living in a tent and waiting on FEMA help because we didn't have house insurance. So it's just a hurry up and wait.
Having rode out Hurricanes Audrey, Rita, and now Laura, Baker says chances are he won't be doing it again.
This is the worst storm ever come through this place. This storm was very different. I'll never do it again.
Now the family spends their days and nights in these 2 tents in Baker's backyard, which is the case for so many across the area waiting for help.
So many people that are homeless right now waiting on homes to come in, because I know the I-10 beach had a bunch of tents up on it. People just, and then FEMA's saying they'll send you to another place to stay in a motel. But I mean, the closest I've been offered is Alexandria. He was offered Houston and New Orleans, but you have to be here to deal with the contractors or FEMA and everything else. You have to be here, so you really can't.
Right now, most of the help comes from their neighbors, dropping off a hot meal or some clothes to help make a means to an inn. Both Baker and Burke say they're prepared to live in the tents for the long haul. However, in the meantime, they have applied for FEMA housing assistance and are waiting approval.
This is just devastating. Never dreamed I'd go through this again.
Many of Allie Kelly's family members are buried in the Sacred Heart Cemetery.
Brother-in-law right here, he was actually buried in the mausoleum for Rita. They found him and they put him in the ground because they just couldn't go through it again.
Their bodies and stories scattered amongst the rubble left behind from Hurricane Rita. And now, Hurricane Laura.
At the LeBeau Cemetery, we had quite a few that went missing. And I mean, I think there's one still missing from Rita that we've never found.
For Scott Trahan, who served as police jury president during Rita and now vice president during Laura, it's deja vu all over again.
We were all younger, you know, and nobody ever seen that in 48 years. So we came in, was able to come in after a while, I don't know how long it was before we came back, and kind of see the graveyard to see what was going on. And then we had to get, it was a DMORT team that came in, and along with the locals that had airboats and started picking up the caskets and stuff and boats and bringing them in.
A scene that played out almost a month after Rita made landfall.
Mausoleum this time here, there's a lot, I don't know how many were in here, but a lot of them are gone. My father-in-law's here and a couple of other ones are here, but most of them are out the mausoleum. And I think there's like 6 in Sacred Heart Cemetery that came out of the ground.
Trahan says as far as the eye can see, some exposed skeletal remains have been salvaged, but there are many caskets still in the marshes along the coast, which is why they're calling for a temporary ban on hunting and fishing in the parish.
So there's caskets with bodies out there in that marsh. You know, there's other debris that's out there. It could be propane bottles, and no telling what's out there. That you could be trying to get to a duck blind and run into that and have an accident. So that's kind of why we're not wanting hunting or any hunting or fishing down here right now until things are safer.
Back in 2005, the expense to restore peace and order to the lost souls of Cameron Parish was in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Trahan says it's an expense that will more than likely repeat itself due to Laura.
So it means a lot to find those loved ones and put them back in the ground or in a mausoleum. Now the mausoleum, I kind of mentioned something to the bishop the other day. We might have to start putting everybody in the ground, but to get new caskets and to rebury them, it's an expense, and it's a lot of the people have to worry about that, about finding their loved ones. That's the main thing.
Right now, many of the caskets are still spread out across the parish and in nearby marshes. The coroner for Cameron Parish says he believes at least 150 bodies are displaced right now, but he says that number could easily rise to 350 once they're able to get in and assess the damage at all of the cemeteries along the coast. At your service in Cameron Parish, Ashley Joseph, KPLC 7 News.